Last 5 seconds. Ready? Start. Sir, the Sarkaria Commission report is a highly fruitful report. It is a very serious document which has taken into account the totality of the political life in the country, and it has made some very important recommendations, though very wisely it has not touched the basic structure, the fundamental structure of our constitution, nor has it made any basic or radical institutional changes. Sir, if we go through the report, we will find that the main thread which is running through the entire report is unity and integrity of the country. That is why, sir, the Sarkaria Commission has laid stress again and again on a strong center and at the same time strong states. In fact, our founding fathers were very wise people when they were framing the constitution. They were foreseeing the events. They were very tall people and they knew what was going to happen. They could envisage, and so they envisaged that it is a strong center and a strong state that was required, and there is no contradiction between the two. They must live in harmony, they must work in harmony. That is the spirit of our constitution, sir. If at the time of framing of our constitution there was need for a strong center, there is more need for it today. If you look around in the country, you find vociferous tendency, we find divisive tendency, we find local patriotics, we find regional chauvinism, and there are certain forces which are interested in breaking down the unity of country, dividing the country. There are forces, outside forces, foreign countries which are interested in damaging us. I will not take their names. Our prime minister is going to China. We want his visit to succeed. We will not say anything which will spoil the atmosphere, but we know what China is up to, what is happening. We also do not want to say anything which may in any way embitter our relations with Pakistan. We wish them well. There have been democratic elections in Pakistan, and we hope that whichever government comes into power, we will deal with them. This is our official stand, and we have no preference, but we all know in our heart and heart of hearts we want a democracy elected government to rule over Pakistan, because then we will be friendly with them and improve our friendly neighborly relations. So in any case, we find that there are both internally and externally threats facing the country, and if there is any need for a strong center, it is today. In fact, there is a greater need for it today than was at any time before. If you look at the world around us, take a look at the USSR, the movements there are, perestroika and glasnost. We are seeing what is happening in Azerbaijan and Armenia. We are seeing what is happening in Estonia. The people there are rising in revolt. They are trying to assert themselves against the center. If you want to maintain the unity and integrity of the country, you will have to have a strong center. There is no escape from it, and I am very sure all of us who sit here are patriots, nationalists, and all of us in our hearts want a strong center, and we also want a strong state at the same time with all the powers. Well, there is no quarrel about that, but not at the cost of unity and integrity of the country. The conclusion constitution has functioned well, and I see there have been tendencies here and there, but they have been solved, and I am very confident about the future. I am very optimistic about the future of our country, that whichever government is in power in whichever state, ultimately they will all solve the problems, and we will all together and solve our problems. Sir, a lot has been said about the governors, and the Sarkaria Commission has made certain recommendations. Well, there is no question about the abolition of governorship. My learned friend has already replied to it. Otherwise, there will be vacuum. There is no provision for any other person to succeed him. I do agree that the governor must be really a very competent, able, objective, knowledgeable, and experienced person. We must ensure that he is of a proper caliber. We must also ensure that he does not take interest or sides in local politics of the state. He must be put on a very high pedestal, and everybody should learn to respect him, because he is not only the symbol of the central power, he also looks after the basis basic interest of the people, that is maintaining unity and integrity of the country in the present situation. Therefore, while he will not elaborate the point, there is certainly need for a governor who looks after basic interest of the co-unity. But I do not agree with the certain observations of the Sarkaria Commission, and I request the commission to reconsider them. Sir, very strongly it is said that there has been 16 million tons increase in coal production target for 1987-88, totaling 82 million tons. Then in 1988-89 it would be 192 million tons and additional 10 million tons. May I remind you what the target was? The target was 226 million tons, and you take pride in 192 million tons and think you are spending 86% in the real terms. The same story is about irrigation and also about industry and minerals. Shall I mention some of the figures about industry and minerals? The country industry and minerals figures say that you are way behind industry. The growth rate is supposed to be 8% even in this year as anticipated by the annual survey. The present day growth rate may be 10%, but in the last quarter of this year it had already come down to 6%, and the projection is that first quarter of this calendar year will have a still slower growth rate. But even in terms of industry, what is the situation? I remind you that the industrial growth rate for this plan was 8 to 10%. From this, actually it was reduced downwards to fall down to 8%, and that 8% was based on an industrial index whose base year was 1970-71, and composition was also entirely different. Now these figures are to be different in terms of a base year 1980-81, but the weights of various components of various groups of industries are also entirely different. There is a comparison which shows that on the base of 1970-71 and on the basis of 1980-81 there is always a difference of at least 2 percentage points. When the seventh 5-year plan was formulated, it was formulated on the basis of 1970-71 index, not on the basis of 1980-81 index. What is the difference in the two indices? I will quote from the difference in the indices. The difference in the indices is that certain industries of durable consumer goods type are getting more weight in the industrial index. What is the record of this growth? Would you claim that TV has become a wage good for our people? In fact, the growth rate of non-durable consumer goods, which are the primary components of wage goods, has grown by 2% only compared to the durable consumer goods sector, which is 12%. Motor car sectors have exceeded their targets. You consider that you will maintain, and that was the seventh 5-year plan approach. You maintained that it is that which is industrial growth for our country that was postulated in terms of wage goods. If we go into the figures of the wage goods, take for comparison the growth of motor cars, the growth of scooters and growth of bicycles. Would it surprise the house to know that bicycle production is not growing? Would it surprise the house to know that the fantastic growth of two-wheelers is coming to a halt? In the light commercial vehicle production, the capacities are remaining underutilized, but the passenger car targets are being overfulfilled. This is the structure of the industry that you are developing. You think that this is what you desire for the 86% expenditure. Sir, combining these two, let me mention that GDP growth rate in India, the GDP growth takes place on the basis of production of goods, also production of services, and there is a third element, that is the manipulation data. These are the three ways. When I say this, I am reminded of a very famous statement of a genius. His name was Karl Marx, writing on India and preparing for his studies in the British Museum. He was paying tribute to the Indian officials of those days. He was basing his analysis on the Indian official statistics prepared by the Britishers, and such a hostile critic of capitalism and imperialism is yet to be born. He was nevertheless paying tributes to their honesty. In our case, information is being manipulated in order to boost the 6 5-year plan targets. We depend on 1979-80 without stating that was in the year of depression. In order to boost the 7th 5-year plan realization of targets, we try to manipulate the figures for 1984-85 of the sixth 5 year plan now that has gone, and what will be debated is the seventh 5 year plan. That seems to be the argument. Even in terms of all this, statement reveals that we are back to Hindu rate in each of the seventh 5 year plan. We are back to the same rate since the planning year began, that is 3.5% stop.